Hi everybody, it's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. I am getting everything ready so that we can hopefully chat as some of you pop on. Okay, so I see somebody's popped on, so that's cool. Say hello. And, okay, so before I get to crafting, thank you for the like, whoever that is that's watching. I have to say two things. First, I know my nails are horrendous. I know it. I don't have time. My dips have been chipping for weeks, and I just don't have time to go fix it. So, I'm sorry. I will have them done by Mega Meet. I promise. Cross my fingers and hope. Okay. So the other thing is I'm going to zoom in on this card. My BFF, Travis, who is a demonstrator in St. Louis, she sent me this adorable card, and I love it, and I wanted to share it with you. And you can see she used one of the new Basics embossing folders that are only available online at MemoryINKers.com. And a couple of other fun things, excuse me, that are from the new catalog. Just adorable. But this is what's cool. See this piece of Designer Series paper? Look what she did. And it came through the mail just fine. Came through the mail just fine. I'm surprised, but I wanted to share that with you guys. But isn't it a beautiful card? So thank you, Travis. Love it. Love you. You are the best BFF ever. That's why we wear the unbiological sisters bracelets. So, okay. All right, now let's get to the fun stuff. Now that you're aware my nails look stinky and I actually do have a best friend. Okay, so one of the things I've been playing with lately is called Crafting with You. This is a new stamp set and bundle that is coming out, and it's what I'm working on as of now. I'm almost 99% sure this bundle will be a part of my volume kit. So if you were thinking about ordering it, let's chat. Because I can, like, if you can't wait, I get it. So we can work something out if you order it from me. But you can't order this until May 2nd. Okay, as of right now, this is April of 2023. You can go to MemoryInkers.com. Don't forget, I know I'm jumping because I am going to get back to this. You can go and remember there's still items that are going to go away in like on Sunday. They're going to be gone tomorrow. Poof, it's over. So if you want to go look at the items, that some of them are up to 60% off, and remember, they're going to go away. You might want to go shopping at MemoryInkers.com. This is the April 2023 hostess code. Y as in yellow, E as in Edgar, R as in Robert, T as in Thomas, Y as in yo-yo, K as in Carrie, and then 99. Okay, so that's out of the way. All right, so anyway, this is what I've been playing with because, I mean, we are crafters, right? This covers everything. Yarn work, painting work, sewing work, and you see there is a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine on here, but this is what's cool. The dies, and yes, I did put mine on a big thick magnetic sheet. There are dies for everything. Here's the picture frame. Here's the basket. Here's another basket. Here's to cut out the flowers. There's a thing to cut out this heart, but there's also an elongated heart. There are sewing you know what I mean? Like the old-fashioned wooden ones, that's what I think. I know they have those styrofoamy things now. And then they have this, which can be like the threads that fit on here. A star and a heart. Here's the sewing machine. Here is a embroidery hoop. Cool, right? Ooh. Here is the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. This is for the yarn. Here's another heart. These are scissors, and when you put them together with a little brad, they will actually, like, you can make them any shape. Does that make sense? There's a ruler, but this little baby, and I don't have one to show you right now, but this is a cutting thing. It's this. How cool. Paper trimmer. That's the word I was looking for. So, it's got everything covered. Scrapbookers, card makers, sewers, everything. This is so cool. And if you and your friends are crafters, what a great stamp set, right? For you guys to send to each other. Or if you host crops or a sewing circle or a knitting group or whatever, it's perfect. But anyway, I wanted to show you because holy Hannah, this is the coolest for those of us who are crafters. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So you are going to get to see, that's going to be part of my ordering this bundle and then getting my additional items is going to be what's my my make along at volume in June. So just so you are aware of that. So as I said, I was playing. So I started out with this card and I just thought it was fun. This is all done with the blending brushes on vanilla. Super simple. Some new of the Neutrals Designer Series paper and some Pool Party. And then on the inside, I do have, this was just a piece that got cut off and it was so thin and I just decided I would use it because why not? So this was my first one. And I just was playing with it and thought, oh, this is fun. Then I had another piece similar to this, but all it had on it was the easel and a slightly lighter. Nothing else was on it. And I didn't want to throw it away because it looked totally fine. And I just set it aside and I started playing with all of these pieces. And I kind of cut out everything. I colored and cut out everything. I ended up not putting on the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine just because it was, it didn't work on the card. But then here is my card. Let's see if I can zoom in on these two for you. A little bit. Here we go. Okay. So you can see I have the flowers. They are cut out, so they're a little dimensional. I dimensional these. I stamped another of this yarn and then just cut it out by hand. And then I just drew a little bit of string. Because this actually has, you can't see it, but there's like a line of string under here. And then there's the buttons and the sewing. And I just had so much fun with it. I was like, this is like, as a crafter, you may do every single one of these things, right? So anyway, those were the cards that I was playing with. And then I knew that I needed to work on what I wanted to work on for today, right? So I had pulled out, I've showed you guys this like a million times, but there's a piece in here that is just so much fun. It's got all of these different sizes you can cut out. And I was looking at this one and I thought, I'm going to make a card with that because it's just really pretty. And I really like it. So I cut it out. So here it is. And I started looking at the cards I had finished. And my brain was like, this is like a pretty painting. And I'm looking at the easels going, huh, this is like a pretty painting. So I started playing. So let me kind of show you what I did. Let me grabbing a foam mat and a piece of, I'm going to so miss this. I stocked up on a bunch of it. That's the little Stamparatus paper. A moment of silence for the Stamparatus. Yeah. So, okay. So what I did then was I took this piece and I kind of measured out how big it is. And I grabbed some of our watercolor paper and I cut it a little bit bigger. Okay. So now I have this on there and I've got that over it, right? then I'm looking at this, and I knew that it's watercolor paper, so I was going to have to water that. So I grabbed my little spritzer with water, and this is like one of those little dollar store thingies. And then I grabbed a clear block, scoochy this stuff over, and markers and a blender pen. And I just decided to play. So, move this over for a little bit. And I'm going to grab this. And I'm starting with the yellow because it's the lightest color. And I just sort of did a line of yellow, because there's yellow. Okay? Then I decided to grab the light blue. Oops. Squeaky, squeaky. And I kind of keep looking. All right, where are we? Okay. So that's bigger than I want it. So I'm going to grab, now I have Mossy Meadow. And I'm going to put Mossy Meadow here on the bottom. But there's also kind of a little bit of a brownish in it. So kind of took the brown in there. And I kind of cleaned that off because it's going to get green on there. Then I grabbed, this is one of the new colors. This is Azure Afternoon. And remember me telling you that the, whoops, it's throwing everything everywhere. The new markers are a little bit different. They're the same length, but you can see that the barrel, let me move this over. The barrel is longer and the caps are shorter, but the real coolness of it is the tips have changed greatly. So this is that tip. This is that tip. Different color, so it's obviously going to come out bolder, but yeah, it writes so smooth. And yes, I have replaced all of my markers. I just haven't gotten them all organized. And there's nothing, you don't need to. I'm just telling you. If your markers are fine, they're fine. But I just wanted you guys to know that, yes, I did. So now I'm kind of looking at the way this is. And you kind of have to think opposite when you're doing this. So like here, there's a dip in the blue on the left, so, or on the right. So I'm going to do it here on the left. And I'm not being too picky. Okay, but I'm going to fill that in. And then there's some clouds. So I'm wetting my finger. This doesn't always come out as I think it should. You might want to use a Q-tip. But you know, I'm a get dirty kind of girl. I can't help myself. Okay, so now I'm going to take my piece of paper, my watercolor paper, and I wet both sides of it. I'm going to spritz this. Okay, now I'm going to tell you right now that this is not going to come out perfect. I just want to warn you in advance that that is the case. But you want them to be runny, so I'm letting it be runny. And then I am just putting it on here. And could you see how it spread? It just spread. Okay. Pull that off. Oops. Let me grab a little bit of paper towel. Pardon my arm. Clean up a little bit. And then I am going to take this, let me wipe it off a little. And I'm going to see, where do I need to add? Well, I see I need some more green down here if I want it to look right. So I'm going to just grab my blending brush and pick some of that up. Now this is wet, so it's going to pick that up. I'm just going to fill it in. Try and give it a little bit more definition. And my blue turned a little bit green up here, probably because it ran. So that may not matter though. Hang on. There we go. Okay. I think that's going to work out perfect. Okay, so if you saw what I did, I sort of held this over this piece like that. Now I'm going to take it over and I'm going to dry it. So I forgot my tweezers, so we're going to try not to burn my fingers. But if you dry it you can get, because it curls, see how it's like curly? You start doing it this way, and then if you go underneath, it'll start eventually to straighten out. It kind of goes backwards and forwards until you can get it to go the way you want it to, and until it's dry. That is probably close enough. All right, so now there's no comments. Say hello, you guys. Unless I'm just not seeing them on my board. Nope. So I'm going to take my little easel stand, and I'm going to use Pecan Pie, which is a new color, which I love. And I'm just going to ink up just the frame of the easel. And I'm going to set it on here looking at this and try and get a similar color palette. So that's not bad. Let's stamp that on there. Oh, bummer. That's a bummer. Well, it's a good thing I did it on my own. I think I went over too far. But basically what you would do then is cut it out. I'm bummed because this one looks pretty good. So I'm kind of bummed. And I'm cutting on the inside of the brown line here. Whoops. You can use your paper trimmer if you want. Now here, I want to leave this. So I'm going to leave that little piece there. You'll also see I've still got that there. And I'm going to see if I can cut off this brown. It's going to make it not fit quite right, but it's all right. So anyway, I would trim this so that it would fit perfectly. And I have one that's done and dried. This one's still kind of damp. So here's the one that I did earlier. It actually does look a little bit more like the paper. Okay. I swirled my fingers better, I think, on this one too. Then I pre-stamped and die cut out the easel. Now, when you, let me zoom in a little for you guys. Sometimes my zoom fingers work and sometimes they don't. So I will tell you that I did trim this even more here around the edges because I didn't want, can you see how you can see the, oh, I can't think of what this is called all of a sudden. Crumb cake. The crumb cake is a little thick. I didn't try to get in there and trim that though. I have my limits. All right. So I've got my pieces. All right. And then I've got some thick basic white cardstock for my card base. And I don't want to, this is going to go on here, but I don't want to glue it on yet because my little feet are going to hang over and I want to trim them off. So I am going to use my awesome liquid glue, which you guys know. I love my liquid glue. Even when it's coming out a little gloopy today. I don't love that. But that is what scrap paper is for, right? Scrap paper helps us adjust glue when we need to adjust glue. Because sometimes, do you guys have that? Sometimes you just get too much and you don't want it to ooze out. So I just grab a scrap, spread it around. There we go. All right. So I want to show you some other attempts that I did. Isn't that terrible? Don't ask. Oh, here's another one. This one wasn't too bad, but it's still, I like this one better. And I think it's because this was when I decided to start using the watercolor paper. So now I have the easel and I am going to set it so that I can see almost all of the feet. Let's see, I'm going to put it right there. So it's not quite in the center, but it kind of looks like it's standing on the grass. Okay. Then I'm going to put this on the easel, and I'm going to line up these two. See this little dot there? Is this like the clip? And here's the like lippy thing that would hold it. I'm so technical with my art terms, don't you think? So I'm going to set that on there. And then I've got the words from the Crafting With You stamp set, You Inspire Me. Now the question is, for those of you watching, so now you're going to have to speak up, do I put You Inspire Me over here, or do I put it right on the artwork? I will give you guys a minute to decide. What do you think? Artwork to the right. I'm going to stand up and see if I can see anybody. Nobody is commenting. You guys, say something. Okay, well, all right then. I'm on my own. I am on my own, you guys. All right, so I think I'm going to go for on the artwork since nobody said anything. And we are going to hope that I don't mess this up. Where is my foam mat? There it is. And I'm using, of course, our awesome Memento ink in black because I want to be sure it shows up. And I don't want to have to stamp it again because I do not have a stamparatus. Well, technically I do, but you know what I mean. Okay, I'm good with that. All right, now I can put it together. Now here's where I have to decide if I want to trim off the legs. And I will, but I think I'm going to let them, I'll trim them off after I put them on the card. So they can come off the card a little bit. And this background actually, you could literally just use this background and stamp the You Inspire Me onto this, and you've got a card. Because, I mean, this background is pretty inspirational, right? So, there we go. I do not want to, oh look, this is another side that didn't work out well. So you got to play to get it to look pretty. But it was fun. I mean, I enjoyed it. I really liked playing with watercolor paper. Is a lot of fun, and I don't do it nearly as often as I probably should. Thanks, Adam. That's pretty funny. You're inspirational. All right, so now I'm just going to set that on there, and I'm going to hold it for a minute because I want to be sure it stays in place. Then flip this over so I can see where to clip off those little feet. And there you go. Simple card, right? You could have added more to it, but I just really liked the idea of doing a painting of the background painting. So let me know. Do you like it? Thank you for watching, you guys. I hope you have a great weekend. The weather is turning in Michigan yet again. So we've got rain coming. Thanks, Adam. We've got a lot. There's even snow predicted for next week. Are you kidding me? Anyway, so just so you guys know, don't forget you can go shopping. Don't forget, stuff is going away. So go to MemoryINKers.com, look at all the stuff that's retiring, grab what you need because it's going fast. Hostess code YERTYK99. And this is the card. Here are some upcoming things. Well, not upcoming, but I'll be doing more with this stamp set, which is just fun. And again, this is going to be part of my volume make-along kit. So anyway, have a wonderful and blessed weekend, you guys, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you. Bye.